Hi, my name is Ashley, and it is Monday. I really want you guys to definitely pay close attention to my skin. Okay? Once I pull it back a little bit, you'll be able to see the burn marks under my skin. Basically, a high-tech terrorist organization is remotely burning me from thin air. They have some type of energy weapon that they spend all day burning my skin. I don't have a dermatological issue, but these high-tech criminals are very smart. So what they do is they try to make it appear as if the victim is mentally ill, delusional, or some other type of unstable mental state, so that if the victim tries to get in contact with an agency or report the crime, it looks like they're crazy. Now, if these were markings that I did myself, there would be a scar. I scar pretty easily. So that means that something else has to be at play. Today, I am sitting at work, minding my business, and basically, these high-tech criminals told me because I made a police report. You can see right under the markings right there as well. You can see right under the darkened area of my skin where they have etched their names in. Basically, they stated because I contacted the police department, the FBI, over the weekend and sent them an email about the crime that these high-tech criminals are committing against me, that they're going to make me lose my job. This is no difficult task for these high-tech criminals. And the reason why it's not difficult is because one of the things that I've noticed that they're really good at is remaining discreet. I work in an urban neighborhood where there is a no snitching policy. People don't talk about the crime. People ignore the high-tech criminals that are talking remotely, and they basically just pretend like they don't hear anything. What can you do? You know, at the end of the day, these high-tech criminals are remote. They have energy weapons that can burn people. You know, they can see through walls. They can get other people to do whatever it is that they want them to do. And so in essence, they can intimidate people into silence. What these high-tech criminals did today is a good example of what they're capable of doing. Because of the reports that I sent, in order to retaliate against me, they had an old client that I told that I would refer her out to another agency because she was not eligible for this program. They had her call me back. She got in contact with me, stating that she had gotten in contact with my supervisor. And my supervisor told her that she could come back to the program. I explained to her, I said, look, we've already discussed this. You're not eligible to the program. You're not eligible for the program, excuse me. My supervisor got in contact with me. I told him my rationale. She called back down here once again and said, you know, this is what she needs me to do. This is the same young lady, as I guess coincidence would have it, that on the week before last, we had another employee that was working here who was doing her job improperly. She was basically causing chaos in the work environment, in addition to poor work quality. When I confronted her about some of the things that she was doing, she became very upset. The young lady that called in today was, in part, one of the reasons why I had to confront the other employee because she was doing some things that were unethical. She was doing some things that she should not have been doing with this client. Anyway, the lady ended up quitting, making a big scene, called me names, said a bunch of negative things. These high-tech criminals, one of the things that I have noticed that they do is they use other people. They have the ability to talk and communicate remotely. So one of the things that they do, and that was the client calling once again. But anyway, basically, these high-tech criminals can get anyone to do anything that they want. They can, talk remotely. So if an individual like myself refuses to be victimized silently, one of the things that they do is they cause chaos around me. The interesting thing about it is that these high-tech criminals have had a lot of success in making their victims appear like they're mentally ill and mentally unstable, especially when they fight back as hard as I am fighting back. I am not mentally ill. I am not unstable. I've been fighting really, really hard, trying to, do my job and trying to do my activism and trying to get someone to pay attention to me and to the crime. But at the end of the day, the high-tech criminal organization can get me fired at a minute's notice. They can get me sent to jail. They can get someone to engage in violence. A stranger, they can get someone to follow my vehicle. They can actually, get someone to say something derogatory. They can actually, humiliate me in public. There's a number of things that this high-tech terrorist organization is capable of. Each and every time I try to speak about them, I sound kind of labored. All of a sudden, my speech becomes disorganized. They have technology that gives them the ability in real time to do things to an individual remotely. This isn't a mental health delusion. This is crime. This is high-tech, highly advanced, and highly sophisticated crime. I'm not interested in playing any games, but I'm also not interested in having them throw my life away again. Anyway,